They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky.
Where is that baby?
Which part?
If anyone sings so much as a few notes of the Addams Family theme song, the immediate instinct is to do the iconic double snap. It's just that memorable, and it would be safe to assume that this coming Halloween, we are going to see more than a few Wednesday Addams creeping about on the streets, eerily popping up on front porches and giving the signature Wednesday Addams hollow stare till their bag is filled with candy. It's hard to believe that the 1991 film premiered over 30 years ago. It has endured the test of time as an all-time favorite Halloween cult classic and even spawned multiple sequels and spin-offs, including Netflix's smash hit Wednesday, with Jenna Ortega's viral dance scene taking a life of its own with millions of social media take on Lady Gaga's Bloody Mary. We millennials are left curious about what's happened to the iconic cast that portrayed Morticia, Gomez, Uncle Fester, Wednesday, Pugsley, and other members of everyone's favorite spooky family. Oh, and don't forget about Thing.
He's sensitive.
As fate would have it, some continued to bathe in the spotlight while others chose to take a new route.
May I have the salt?
What do we say?
Now.
One such person that continues to reap success was the breakout star of the 1991 classic, the dark, moody preteen Wednesday Addams. And after Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone, Christina Ricci's portrayal of Wednesday remains one of the most memorable child actor performances of not only the 90s, but arguably of all time.
Help me! I'm dying!
I can't swim.
Blowing away the audiences with her impressive ability to be as emotionally detached, morbid, and sardonic as the iconic Wednesday, then 11-year-old Christina exceptionally depicted her character's fascination with the macabre and gave Wednesday her signature eerie deadpan. While many child stars don't grow up to have successful careers in the entertainment industry, Christina was certainly an exception. With her appearances in Casper and Now and Then, she established herself as a teen idol and moved to more adult-oriented roles at 17, with Monster, Sleepy Hollow, Penelope, and Percy. The internet went wild when a Photoshop image of Christina circulated of her as Morticia. But though the image was fake, she does have one similarity with Morticia. She's also a mom. Back in 2021, Christina married hairstylist Mark Hampton and is also a mother of two, welcoming their daughter Cleo in December of 2021. And shares her 8-year-old son Freddie with ex-husband James Heerdigan. Recently, Christina lit up the big screen in a supporting role alongside Keanu Reeves in 2021's The Matrix Resurrections, and began starring as a regular in Showtime's Emmy-nominated series Yellowjackets. But in an ironic twist of fate, Christina landed a role in Netflix's Wednesday as Marilyn Thornhill, the botany teacher at Nevermore Academy and dorm mother of Jenna Ortega's Wednesday. Ortega, who in a most recent interview with Variety at the premiere of the Netflix hit TV show, mentioned how intimidating it was to fill in the shoes of one of the best child performers of the previous era.
It was one of the most awkward experiences I've ever had.
Why? How did you make it weird?
I've never been so awkward. I felt like I didn't know what to say to her. I think she's a fantastic character actress. I know her as Wednesday in my head, so it was intimidating. But she's so wonderful and talented. She made it really easy. Despite the praise, Christina knew that there would eventually be some comparison between the 1991 film and Wednesday, but she didn't mind. There was no need to risk developing friction on set. I knew there would be comparisons between the old movies and Wednesday. That's a natural inclination. But the who was a better Wednesday thing is unreal. But even with all her later success and a chance to revisit an old character, Ricci still reminisces about her time acting as a child.
I was like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna do this the rest of my life. It was just such an incredible experience.
Why are you dressed like somebody died?
Wait.
I've had some incredible experiences and loved working as a child. I have to say the Addams Family movies were two really like glory days for me as a 10 and 12-year-old.
Pounds. Which will hit the stone walkway first?
I'm still on fractions.
It doesn't seem all that difficult to conceive when you realize that the former child star used to spend her time on set driving around golf carts playing cat and mouse with co-star Jimmy Workman. Jimmy, who is now 42 years old, portrayed the naive brother in the two Addams Family flicks. Workman went on to appear in such movies as The Biggest Fan and As Good as It Gets, but has now retired from acting, instead choosing to serve as a transportation coordinator and captain on various films and series projects, including Star Trek and Adolescence. While he may have retired from acting, he did manage to inspire his younger sibling, Ariel Winter, to try her hand at it. You may know her role as Alex on Modern Family. It is unknown if Jimmy is currently married, but you can find him on social media, although he does not post much.
Thing, you're a handful.
And way to go, making a single hand work for magician Christopher Hart, who embodied Thing in the 1991 movie. Or is that disembodied? Either way, as Thing or himself, Hart could have been a member of the Addams family. As a lanky teenager, he earned money working as a gravedigger. His nickname is Lurch. Perfecto! He figured it would be a dead-end job, so he took to performing magic tricks at the premier shop in town, Hollywood Magic. Magic sparkles flowed in his veins as he became a magician roadie for the great, maybe made a deal with the devil himself, David Copperfield. Hart's up to par though, since he's twice won the Stage Magician of the Year award. Who knew a magical life would prepare the agility and personality performance of a skateboarding hand? No words, just slight hand movements across the screen endeared us to this, well, thing. Who knew Hart would get so many hand jobs, such as Lefty in Quicksilver Highway and the hand in an episode of Angel? Would applauding here be insensitive?
Haven't you ever slaughtered anyone?
He's only a child.
Aim for a major artery.
Uncle Fester is probably not as rich as the man who portrayed him. Christopher Lloyd is one of the oldest and most prolific actors on the planet, and truly proved the depth of his acting prowess when he took on the titular role as Uncle Fester in the Addams Family. He was an ideal casting decision because he had just come out of his role as the iconic Doc Brown in the Back to the Future series. So if the role called for a wacky actor, you could bet that Lloyd would be up for the task. But being such a committed actor, he continued his career well after the series was through. In fact, he is now 84 and still acting. As I began reading about him, I realized that his contribution to film and TV was staggering, and if you start to scroll down his IMDb page, it just never seems to end. He most recently appeared in the children's Halloween film Spirit Halloween and the comedy film Tank House, and he shows no signs of slowing down. The 84-year-old is still working on 8 upcoming projects. Can you believe it?
Go ahead!
What news? Father, what is it?
It's an Addams.
While Lloyd still has a long and prosperous career as an actor, not every one of the cast members was as lucky. Raul Julia acted in movies such as Kiss of the Spider-Woman, Street Fighter, and Down Came the Blackbird. Julia was a fan favorite from the classic Addams Family. He had an amazing depiction of the Addams Family patriarch Gomez Addams. He was 51 years old at the time of the original movie, and while he did reprise his role for the sequel, he unfortunately passed not long after. In 1994, due to burdening complications from a stroke, Julia sadly passed away at the age of 54. Despite his short-lived career, he left a great mark on the film industry, earning several nominations and awards at the Golden Globes, the MTV Movie Awards, and the Screen Actors Guild Awards. Not to mention, Julia's success ultimately paved the way for Latin American actors to get a break in the industry. The 1991 adaptation of The Addams Family did more than just provide a comical take on the 60s version. It reignited the spark that was the Addams Family, bringing it on to a new generation of viewers and keeping the edgiest family known to man alive in the hearts of people. Its impact on the world didn't end in the 90s, as its main cast and crew were propelled into stardom, giving a lot of the actors the recognition they deserved to secure other major roles in the film industry, in turn feeding us with more star-studded content from Hollywood on the big screen. Its everlasting effects don't just end there, as it also served as the much-needed inspiration for Netflix's crew to begin working on the modern take of the family, which according to critics might be the best rendition of the family yet. So that's it for this video, guys. If you're new to the channel, we're Nostalgia TV, and on this channel, we discuss vintage TV and cinema. So if that's something that you guys find interesting, then do consider subscribing. We post new videos every week. Let us know what topics you'd like to see in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.